Welcome to the 2020 Star Wines of the Year Sweden. My name is Christer Bengtsson. I'm the founder of Star Wine List, and I'm with you from Stockholm.
My name is Arvid Rosengren. I am originally from Sweden, but currently in New York, and I'm the New York ambassador and partner of Star Wine List. I'm with you from my restaurant, Legacy Records. We have gathered here today to, as much as we can, forget about the situation, the virus and the lockdowns and the hard times, and for an hour celebrate together with some new and old friends from Sweden and some of the great wine people in that country and from around the world.
So Star Wines of the Year is our wine list competition. It's the third year we run it in Sweden and the first time we do it only online. And this time we will not only hand out prizes to restaurants and bars. You have a chance to win a night out at a Star Wine List restaurant and bar. And there will be a quiz that Arvid will host later on in the show, so stay tuned. But to be part of that, you need to share this live stream on your Facebook. So hit the share button and you'll learn more later.
And due to the ongoing crisis, we have to mention that some of the venues that are nominated and have made it to the today have been closed. Some of them may not be able to open again. We can't know that for sure. One thing that we do know is that regardless, they've done a great job, and it happens we want to celebrate that hard work. So yeah, they will be included regardless. And if you're wondering why we're speaking English and not Swedish, which may seem natural for a Best Wine List of Sweden competition, we have a lot of international friends joining us today, international jury members, sommeliers working in Sweden who may find it easier to do this in English. We can keep it that way.
Thank you, Arvid. Yes, so our international sommelier jury has read over 100 wine lists to arrive at the finalists and winners today. The criteria have been to pick your favorite wine list considering width, depth, originality, and value. And it's time to invite our star jury into the show. So let's get them unmuted and on video, and also get Rasmus from the attendee into the panel. And this is a lot of people coming in live in this show, so we'll give some time to it. Marc, I'll start with you. Marc Almert, who's the head sommelier at Lac in Zurich, and ASI Best Sommelier of the World 2019. And it's the first time you're joining the jury and going through all these wine lists. What do you think about the wine scene overall, Marc?
First of all, hello to everybody from Zurich. I'm really happy to be part of this project, and that is why I was very happy when Christer asked me to join the jury, because throughout Europe you always hear a lot about the vibe coming from the Nordic restaurants, and Sweden is one of the two countries really leading that, in my opinion. So I was very keen to get my hands on the wine lists, and when I got them I was surprised not only by the quantity but especially by the quality. And it's great to see how many amazing restaurants and bars you guys have in Sweden, and that really offer a huge variety of wines and styles and philosophies of how to craft a wine list as a sommelier. And that was really fun to do, and it's made me really want to go to Sweden, which is one of the countries I haven't visited yet. So I hope I can test some of those wine lists in person soon.
You'll be very welcome, Marc. Thank you. I'll now jump back to New York, where Pascaline Lepeltier has just gotten the morning coffee. So already, Pascaline is a master sommelier, managing partner at Rosengren, and already also a best sommelier of France. Pascaline, this is the third time you're part of the jury with us. What kind of developments have you seen? Any changes or surprises this time?
The level is keeping on getting higher and higher. I thought 3 years ago it was already very high and difficult to beat, but now it's quite extraordinary to see that the passion for wine has been spread out towards so many restaurants at every level. But I was amazed to continue to see the wineries getting more and more precise with perspective and keeping also really, really great price for value. I think that was something I was very, very impressed by. So overall, the dynamic in Sweden is still going really strong. And it's really now a country honestly, I'm looking at wine list just to get inspiration, because it's a lot of things are happening there. So no, bravo, bravo.
Thank you very much, Pascaline. And jumping to Paris, where we have Pas Levinson, executive chef sommelier at the Peak Group, based in Paris. Previously best sommelier of Argentina and the Americas. Pas, you've been through with the jury for a while as well. Are there any things that you would like to see more of in the Swedish wine lists?
Yes, hello everybody, and a pleasure to be here. For sure, well, for my American perspective and Latin American perspective, I have to say I would love to see more Latin American wine, Argentina and Chile in the wine list. The wine lists are amazing. I think they are very European centered. Amazing collections of Burgundy, of Italy as well. In the future, I think we have to really work on it. I mean, me as Argentinian and our country, to get the good stuff to your country, because it's one of the tiny things that is missing in the wine list to make just greatest, more great than it is. So it's just the detail.
All right, thank you. And we're going to Denmark, where we have Rasmus Lunkov Marquart, a restaurant manager and sommelier at Lyst, and also the current ASI Nordic sommelier champion. And Rasmus, coming from Denmark and now going through all the Swedish wine lists, do you see are there any differences, and what are they between the countries?
You're definitely getting a bit jealous when you start looking at them, because you obviously can see that the history of the Swedish wine list are larger, and this massive wine list has a longer history than you'll see in Denmark. So being in Denmark, you think you're on top of everything, but I have to admit that on this one, Sweden is having a really good history of back vintages and really large wine list, whereas in Denmark is more like the modern things, the upcoming, the new things coming, and we don't have the same history of these massive wine lists as we see in this competition.
All right, thank you. And of course, last but not least, our partner and jury member, Arvid Rosengren, based in New York since a number of years, partner at Legacy Records, and ASI Best Sommelier of the World 2016. And Arvid, I was just thinking, if we added the top wine list in New York to this competition, would it be a clean sweep for New York, or would it be?
Yeah, I don't think it would be. I think maybe if you asked me a couple of years back, that would have been my answer. But I think now, even the development that we've seen in Sweden, in the Nordic countries in general, but in Sweden especially, is just such a proliferation of great wine lists, both on the sort of, the larger wine list, but also the sort of smaller niche lists have all of a sudden become really, really great. It used to be that there was a handful of really great ones, and now there's just so many. The work of the jury is taking longer and longer to find those, differentiating points. So no, I think especially taking value into consideration, which is part of the criteria, Sweden would probably stand very, very strong.
All right, thank you very much. So thank you to the jury. Please stay online for the rest of the show. And Arvid, what categories are we looking at this?
We got a little bit of work ahead of us. So we have 10 categories in this competition, and I will present them. And if they have a partner with them, I'll present them as well. So we're going to start with the Austrian wine list in partnership, of course, with Austrian Wine. Then we're going to move on to low intervention / natural wine list for those little more niche lists. Then we have a category that is really exciting, new wine list for venues that have opened in 2019 and 2020 in partnership with Vintec. Moving on to By the Glass, the best By the Glass list in partnership with Verre and Sparkling Ideas. After that, we got California in partnership with California Wines, the best Rhone Valley wine list in partnership with Paul Jaboulet, the best Italian wine list in partnership with Mandrarossa, the best short wine list. This is for wine lists that are shorter than or less than 250 wines. And then South African wine list in partnership with Nederburg. And finally, then the Grand Prix for the best overall wine list. And it's important to note a couple of things when we talk about this. The jury has acted independently. So all of the jury members have on their own looked through all the wine lists and sort of rated them. And then we've gotten together and voted sort of at the end of that process. There's been no influence from sponsors or partners on this process. Second, this is not, this is worth mentioning too, this is not a competition for the best restaurant or for the best wine bar or for the best sommelier or for the best sort of sommelier work. This is purely for wine list. We assume that everyone who sort of gets to this level can do a great level of wine service and so forth. So this is what we're judging here is the wine list alone.
Thank you, Arvid. And I would like to mention too that Star Wine List, as you know, is free to use for wine lovers. And we don't charge venues to be listed by Star Wines because we want to be able to pick the ones we like. And there was no charge for the venues to be in this competition either. So we depend on having great partners to make this possible. We're very happy to thank the team of partners we have this year. And the ones are Austrian Wine, Vintec, California Wines, Mandrarossa, Paul Jaboulet, Nederburg, and Le Verre de Vin with Sparkling Ideas. So a big hand, everybody, for them. Thank you so much. All right, it's time for the first category of those 10, and it's Austria. The best Austrian wine list in Sweden 2020. Partner is Austrian Wine, and the finalists are Bar Central, Jubret, Grand Hotel, Heaven 23, Waxen, and PM and Venner. And with us for this one, we have Chris York, who's the managing director of Austrian Wine, will join us. Welcome, Chris. I'm impressed by your living room there.
Thank you very much. I'll get to what that is in the background soon. Thanks very much for letting me take part. It's Chris York. I'm the CEO of Austrian Wine Marketing and joining you from beautiful Vienna. We've been in partnership since the beginning and enjoy working with such a great bunch of sommeliers around the world. I'd like to announce also a little special prize to our winner, and that's VIP tickets and package, including flights and accommodation to Vivinum 2021, which is taking place in the historic Hofburg, which you can see behind me. So over to you for the results.
Thank you very much, Chris. I look forward to going back to Vienna when we can as well. Before we announce the winner, Arvid Rosengren, do you have a quick thought about the Austrian wine list category here for Sweden?
Well, I think Sweden has always had a pretty tight connection with Austrian wine, at least in the past few decades, and the selection has been truly strong in some of these wine lists. You can see some really impressive verticals of some of the classics. What we've also seen now, and what the jury really noted and had kind of lengthy conversations about, we're also seeing sort of outside the really classic areas, really just sort of the Wachau, we're seeing a proliferation of a more diverse selection of Austrian wine on these lists too, which is really thankful because there's great wines from all over the sort of eastern part of Austria. So yeah, that's a fantastic, fantastic list.
Thank you, Arvid. So it's time to reveal the winner, and the gold star goes to Heaven 23 in Gothenburg. Congratulations. We will have hopefully winning sommelier Andreas Hiller coming on here, but first we'll have a comment from jury member Marc Almert about the category and the winner, please.
Yes, congratulations to Heaven 23, but also congratulations to all the other finalists. Austria is a country that's very dear to my heart. I travel to quite frequently, and I was very happy to see the depth and breadth of the Austrian wines shown in general. As Arvid mentioned, most were focusing very much on Niederösterreich, but there then really had immense verticals from very many classic producers. But what really stuck out to me, especially with Heaven 23, is as soon as you open the wine list, you feel the passion they have for Austria and its wine producers. And a bit going back to what Arvid said, they were showcasing very many regions and grapes and styles, and really, to me, had a great feeling for what's happening in Austria at the moment in the wine scene, and had a wine list which was really fun to read to, because there were some personal statements. They had some nice cartoons, so really congratulations to the whole team. I think it's really an amazing place to go if you want to drink an Austrian wine.
Thank you, Marc. And I hope we have winning sommelier Andreas Hiller from Heaven 23. Yeah, we have you online there. Congratulations, Andreas.
Thank you very much. Did you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, Andreas. Yeah. So you've been working hard and long time for the Austrian wine list, right?
Yeah, we started this project back in 2006, actually, focusing on Austrian wines. We never changed our minds since then, so it's been a long journey, but
yeah,
we think there are many lovely wines in Austria, so why stop?
That's a good philosophy.
Fantastic. Congratulations to you and the team, Andreas. We'll get the diploma to you one way or the other from Stockholm, and thank you for joining us, and thank you everybody part of this category. Thank you so much.
Good job. Thank you.
All right, we will move on to the next category, which is low intervention. And this is a, can also call it natural wine sometimes. We call it the low intervention wine list category. And the finalists are Mattias Dahlgren, Matbaren and Rutabaga, Savant, Talldungen, Tranan, Tyggen Cecil, and Villa Deluxe. And Arvid, before we announce the winner, when we start new cities, like we're working on Seoul in South Korea now, it's super strong, the trend everywhere for low intervention and natural wines. Is it? Do you think it's becoming mainstream?
I think so, and I think also what we're seeing in these lists, in our finalists, and I will say there were many more that could have been finalists. It was a very, very tight field. It's sort of there's some maturation within this part of sort of the restaurant scene and these wine lists, where we have to acknowledge and praise these restaurants. They're doing an amazing job and an important job of attracting new wine drinkers, and also highlighting producers that are doing the right thing. Because we can all agree that the lowest intervention possible is the best, right? So they're doing a great job of moving the goalpost for everyone else as well. So, but I think what we've seen is a maturation where these are truly exciting lists full of like wines that I think all of us would be excited to drink. So thank you to all of the restaurants that are pushing this and doing a good job and making it so hard for the jury to pick a winner.
Thank you. And the winner is, in a very tight field and competition, it is Villa Deluxe in Växjö. Congratulations. We'll bring in Sandri Vairagi to the call, but first from our jury member also in New York, Pascaline Lepeltier. What do you think about the category and the win here?
Really, I can only say what Arvid says. The quality and the selection and depth of the list that we saw was really outstanding. And you know how much I've been drinking and loving natural wine for a while, and to see so many lists with a real perspective, because it's very easy to do, I think, today, kind of the cool, trendy, we just put the name and that's pretty much it. But what was impressive was to see so many people taking a stand and really looking for the producers they wanted really to carry on with them. And there was really a point of view that I think was strong. What made Villa Deluxe really unique for me was really an incredible work looking for rare producers that I can't even find for myself in New York, that I was very surprised to see there. And also the depth of vintages. And I think the work they are doing is really to show that low intervention wine need to be considered as a great wine. And to do so, you have to show that they can age. And I was very impressed that it could put together so many verticals of benchmark. So for all the reasons, that list is really a terrific one and definitely one of the best in the world.
Thank you very much. I see we have Sandri with us. Congratulations, Sandri.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So you have the glass too, so cheers. It's good. It's
cheers.
It's afternoon in Sweden, so we're allowed to start drinking. New Yorkers, you're still on coffee. Sandri, as you said, it's quite a collection of wine you have, Sandri. How long have you been building this cellar?
I think we started for around 10, 11 years. Like we're the first wine importer started to pop up that only worked with natural wine. So it's been a natural thing for us from the beginning, since we built the cellar.
Great. And you're also proof that it's not only about PM Vendor in Verre. You can go there and enjoy more.
Yeah,
so
it's really fun. It really puts Verre on the map. It's a wine city in Sweden.
Yeah. Well, congratulations again. Thank you so much, and we'll try and make our way to Verre to both drink wine and deliver diplomas over the next weeks and months. We'll see. Cheers. Cool. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you, everybody. And the next category is a new one, and it's also called a new wine list, and it's in partnership with Vintec for venues that have opened over the last year, 2019, 2020. And the finalists are Boromage, ENG, Ferdinand Vinrum, Hasselbo, The Sparrow, and Villa Deluxe. And here I'd like to bring in Grégoire Latour from Vintec into the call to join us. There's a lot of people on that one. Do we have Grégoire? Yep, there. Promoted panelists.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Hi, Grégoire.
Arvid?
Oh yes.
Hey, hi, Christer and Arvid. Super happy to be with you live from Stockholm today, and excited to see the finalists in this category. Some of them I have actually been to recently. I mean, you know me, I'm a big wine lover, and living in Stockholm, I'm spoiled with the choice that we can find, and I really appreciate the passion that goes into this line of work. That's why at Vintec we have decided to give as a prize one of those baby behind me. Those are our newly launched premium wine cellars, the V190, that is one of the leader in Australia and Southeast Asia, and that we just launched in the US. We have some of it in Stockholm too. And it has been designed here in Stockholm by a French designer with sommelier in mind, with service of wine in mind. It's multi-temperature, meaning you can set it up at 18 on the top and 6 at the bottom, and you're going to be able to have different temperatures so that the wine will be at the perfect temperature for service. And as you can see, there is a nice space between two shelves so that you don't scratch the label. I know it matters when you serve wine. It matters where you collect wine like this. So I'm very happy to offer that as part of Vintec to the winner of this new category.
Thank you so much, Grégoire. And the happy winner to this category, which also was very tough, we can say. It was a lot of great new wine lists, but the winner is The Sparrow. Congratulations, and we'll bring in Andreas Serup from The Sparrow soon. But first, a word from our jury member, Arvid Rosengren. How hard is it really to start a new wine list from scratch and do it well these days?
I'm sorry? It's tough. I mean, that we're all competing for the same wines in a way, right? There's a lot of great wine out there, but you know, the truly exceptional, eye-catching bottles we all want. And you know, the Sparrow wine list really struck me. It's a clearly presented, beautiful wine list. Every single bottle that I can see is something that I would love to drink, and that's you know, it's not overbearing, it's not huge, but everything is just great and delicious. So very, very good job, impressive.
Great, thank you, Arvid. Congratulations, Andrea. We have you live now. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much, and Arvid, thank you for the really well-spoken words. I'm of course really happy to get this one home, especially after it's been a tough opening a new restaurant. We all know that that's been through it, and taking this one is a little bit of extra notch for everybody, and great work to the team at the Sparrow. So yeah, thank you.
Definitely, thank you. And,
thank you, great job.
Yeah, how did you build the wine list? If you give some tips.
The best way to go through it is just like building it out through, of course, when I was younger, I was a lot of thinking about what I wanted to drink myself. Now I was trying to think like what it is, trying to have a wider perspective about everything, and then trying to buy in a little bit, sort it out. Yeah, just like what I like to drink, but also trying to think about, for instance, what I know a little bit more classic Bordeaux, and you like want to show something for everybody, and with that in mind.
Great work. Congratulations again, and thank you very much. And thank you also to Vintec. All right, we'll go for a bit of a commercial break for Star Wine List. And before we move on to the next category, to remind you a bit about what Star Wine List is and how it started. We started in Stockholm nearly 3 years ago with the idea to be a guide to great wine bars and wine restaurants, because we thought there are so many restaurant guides in the world, but not enough for wine lovers. And back in 2017, this is pretty much what our map looked like. We were mostly in Stockholm. And 3 years later, we're now in 30 major cities in 20 countries, and building on it on all 5 continents. We have top sommeliers and wine professionals who select their favorites in each city. So for example, if you go to New York, you can find the favorites of Arvid Rosengren in guides and stories and maps, and we're keeping building on that, especially in Asia now. So sign up to the newsletter and download the app and see what nice places you can go to when these times get better. I'd like to remind you also, if you've just joined us, that we have a quiz where you can win a night out at a Star Wine List bar or restaurant anywhere in the world, worth 2,000 Swedish krona, which is about $200. If you share this Facebook live stream, so hit the share button, and Arvid will host a quiz a bit later in the show on how to win that. All right, so back to the categories. The next one is By the Glass. This is in partnership with Le Verre de Vin, which is a wine preservation system brought to Sweden by Sparkling Ideas. And the finalists are Combo Vinbaren, Dryckomat, Folie, Operakällaren med Nordbykällaren, Sund Nergården, and Sturehov. And before we announce the winner, just a quick word from Arvid Rosengren, our co-host and jury member. What do you think about the By the Glass category in Sweden?
You know, it's really incredible, and to see the sort of different philosophies that have emerged. And you know, it's not easy running a big By the Glass program, or even a small great one. It's really tough. It takes a lot of logistics and management and organization. So yeah, truly commendable work by all of the finalists here.
Thank you, Arvid. And the winner of the By the Glass category with Sparkling Ideas is Folie in Stockholm. We're going to get Beatrice Becher online soon, but first, jury member Paz Levinson, what you like to add about the By the Glass winner, Paz?
Yes, it's a very tough category because there is all the finalists. I mean, it's lots of wines by the glass, a lot of very good quality of wines by the glass, and the diversity. But Folie captured us because it's not only excellent all the wines that propose, but nearly, well, it's all the list in more than 150 wines by the glass. And if you go to the place, I mean, it's a small place, and having this, as Arvid said, the logistic to have all these wines by the glass, it's really amazing. And in terms of how they do it and how they serve it and how they pour it, it's all fantastic. But you see the wine list and it's just incredible. And you get there, well, and you get this surprise. Icon wines and also small producers, so you can find everything. You can find different vintage, you can find big producers, small producers, you can find a little bit of Argentina, yes, but it's everything there. It's short, it's beautiful. So congratulations.
All right, and we have Beatrice Becher and also Jonas Sandberg in the photo. Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Hello.
Yep, we got you.
We see you.
Great. Really, really happy to win this award again. It's really
good to see you guys again. It was a long time ago.
Cheers.
So it's good you have the glasses out for the by the glass category. Your sound is a bit low, Beatrice. I'd like to get you a bit closer because I take the opportunity to talk with you as well about the situation, because you're also the president of the Swedish Sommelier Association. So besides, again, congratulations for an amazing wine list, but we were supposed to also celebrate the Sommelier Championship in Sweden. So what's the status on that one, Beatrice?
For now, the national championship is postponed, obviously, due to the current situation, but we're now just planning and looking forward to have an amazing competition when we can. So we haven't set a date yet, but we are just hopeful to have an awesome competition when it will happen, hopefully this year.
Fantastic. And how's the work with the Sommelier Association going forward otherwise?
It's going good. I mean, it's a lot of, since we can't have a lot of events, so it's more planning and how we within the board can do a better job and working on. So it's fun, but it's a little bit different from what we're used to, of course.
All right, thank you. We'll look forward to coming back together with the Sommelier Championship when we can. Once again, congratulations, great work, and see you soon.
See you soon. Thank
you. Cheers. And now to the next category, which is the Best California Wine List in Sweden 2020. This is cooperation with California Wines. And the finalists are Jaboulet, Dorsia, Grand Hotel, PM Vänner, AG, and Sturehov. And with us, we have Rachel Koldal from California Wines in Europe to join us. We'll, yeah, we have you there. We'll see if you can get the video and sound on as well for Rachel.
Hi.
There we go. Hey, welcome to the show.
Nice to be here. Nice to see you. Thank you. It's been really great to be a part for this. It's the first time California Wines has been a category for a Star Wine List, so that's very exciting. It's been lovely working with Krister to come up with this category and some other projects we have down the line. We have a California Restaurant Week coming to Sweden in the autumn. So that'll be a lot of fun. I want to just say a real quick congratulations to everyone. Wow, I was so happy to see the finalist list. It's such an impressive group of sommeliers and wine list. So thank you all for supporting California Wines. We also will be out there supporting you. I'm the Nordics manager, so I'm based here in Stockholm, originally from California though. So if you haven't already seen me in the restaurants, you will see me very soon, especially to all the finalists. Yeah, we have a Magnum of Blackstone Cabernet Sauvignon from Napa. That'll be on the way to the winner. And yeah, it's great to be a part of this. Congratulations, everyone. Cheers. Oh, you can't really see.
Cheers. Thank you so much, Rochelle. Before we announce the winner, Arvid, you know, California wines is a very strong category on Swedish top wine list, and I have a feeling that we have more California wines on the wine list here than you have in New York. Is that a correct impression?
Pretty much, unless you go to some of the sort of classic steakhouses. New York is a very Euro-centric place. But so yeah, it's correct. You definitely see more love for California in the Nordic countries for sure, and some
thank you.
Really cool lists.
Yeah. All right. So this has been a competitive category as well, and the winner is PM and Verre. Congratulations.
Yay.
And we're gonna get wine director Ruben Sanzramiro on this call. But before we do, I'd like to get another comment from our jury member Rasmus Lunkov Marquart about the California category and the winner. Rasmus.
I think California now is one of the most important regions to cover in the world now. There's so many things happening there. So it's not just about seeing a Napa Cap, it's also seeing all the small producers that is around California in small areas, doing the more new thinking of the winemaking and styles. And I think PM and Verre covers the area of that really good, and also putting it in a really good price range. So big congratulations.
We have Ruben on the call, so congratulations, Ruben.
Thank you very much. Very kind. Thank you. Thank you.
What about the California wine list in your cellar, Ruben? How do you work with it?
Well, as Rasmus very well placed it, I mean, we're trying to find the best balance we can in between traditional producers that are being a reference in the region for decades to upcoming new producers in California that are also embracing completely new wave of understanding the California wines today. So we're trying to be as welcoming and highlight as many styles, as many good producers as we can.
All right. Thank you very much and congratulations. And we have a couple of things here for both Villa Deluxe and you. So we need to come back to Vecchio soon when we can. Thank you, everybody in this category. Thank you. And now we move on to the best Rhone wine list, which is in partnership with Paul Jaboulet in the Rhone Valley. And the finalists are Zuvret, Grand Hotel, Waxen, PM and Verre, AG, and Sturehof. And I'd like to welcome Paul Jaboulet, Export Director, Bertrand Michat, to the show. We are not on the sound. Now you're live.
Hello. Yes. Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. I am really pleased to be with you because it feels like...
Bertrand, I'm sorry, the sound is a bit too low on you. We need to get you closer to the microphone.
Yes. This will work. Is it better now? Yes.
Better. Let's go.
Thank you. Very good. So I'm very pleased to be with you because I had to cancel a trip in March. So it feels like I am a bit in Sweden again, you know, unfortunately due to the problems at the moment. So I am really pleased to be a bit inside Stockholm and the rest of Sweden, because I've been traveling to Sweden for 20 years and admiring all the sommeliers, the wine lists, you know, remembering my good friend Johan Edström, for example, who has, you know, mentored a few good sommeliers in Sweden. So I'm very happy to be part today. And we also have good news from the Rhone Valley, because after many weeks of drought, of too much sunshine, we could say. Now we had 3 days of rain last week, so everybody's happy in the Rhone Valley at the moment. You know, the vine is resistant, but it is a plant. It needs to get some water at some point, and especially in the spring. So today we're very happy because of these 35 millimeters of rain. Okay, but to go back to Sweden and the wine list, I am always very happy to see the diversity and the many faces of the Rhone Valley in Sweden. That's quite an important thing, that there is a lot of depth in general. Obviously, all the 6 finalists, but I see that smaller appellations or less famous appellations like Saint-Joseph and Cornas are now very well represented in Sweden. I live in Cornas, so I am very pleased to see that Cornas is the appellation of the connaisseur, you know, that the sommeliers of Sweden are trying to push forward. So it's always a pleasure to see that the Rhone Valley is very well represented and backed by many competent sommeliers. Just to now come back to the prize and the 6 finalists. I am a little bit sad because there's 2 I've not visited yet. So it means I've visited 4 already, but I still have to visit 2. I will do that this year, hopefully in the second part of the year. But I'm very happy that I visited the 4 finalists that were a very good experience each time. Okay. Now, if it works with the background, I would like to show the prize that we will give to the winner. Yes, do you see? It shines a little bit, so it's like double chapelle. Yeah, the real chapelle at the back, and voila, la chapelle in Magnum. It will be 2016 vintage, the first organic vintage, the first certified organic vintage of La Chapelle for the winner. Voilà.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bertrand. And yeah, it brings back good memories to see La Chapelle behind you there. Before we announce the winner, Arvid, what are your thoughts about the Rhone category here for the Swedish wine list?
I mean, it's just clear from the finalists, but also from a number of other lists that didn't quite make the finals, that the love for Rhone Valley wines goes deep in Sweden. And while that has been sort of a global movement over the last few years, what's cool about the Swedish list is that there's still great depth. We can still drink some nice old vintages at not crazy prices, which is fantastic. So yeah, I'm looking forward to go raid some wine lists when I can.
Thank you, Arvid. So it's time to announce the winner. And the gold star for the best Rhone category wine list goes to PM and Verre. So it's time to call back Ruben back to back for this one. I hope you haven't gone away drinking. And before we get Ruben up to, I'd like to get Paz Levinson from the jury. Because of course Paz works for the Peak Group, which of course originally is from the Rhone Valley. Paz, what do you think about the category and the winner?
Yes, it's amazing how to see that Rhone, there is many lovers for Rhone wine in Sweden. The wine list also shows that there is small producers or producers that even are difficult to find in France. You can find in Sweden. So there is very good research also by the buyers that comes down to the Rhone. And but yes, it's amazing category. I think all the finalists were performing really, really well. And with PM Vanner, we see that it's dynamic and it's changing also over the years. I had the luck to be there in the restaurant and to see how it changed as well year to year, the wine list. So it means that it's keep on researching and looking for new producers Not all, they have the big historical domains, and but it continues to grow and is fantastic. And as well, the price point, which is lovely. I want to travel there to drink more. And also the back vintage, how you can find there are small producers of Saint Joseph and a lot of back vintage. So I really, really like this category, and congratulations to PM Banner again.
Ruben is with us. Congratulations, Ruben.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Very kind path, and it's a real honor to receive this prize. Honestly, thank you so much.
You have to call me when you're gonna pop that Magnum of La Chapelle, Ruben.
Yes, it's 2016. We might have to wait a little bit, but it will be. Yeah, count on it for sure. Yeah, it will be a pleasure. Yeah,
you're gonna keep it for a while, but when you do, I hope you remember us.
More
Congratulations again, Ruben. Amazing
Thank
place,
you.
and we can't wait to go back to your restaurant. Thank you, everybody, in the wrong category. So another quick break, and if you're just joining us, this is the Star Wine 2020 Star Wine of the Year competition for the best wine list in Sweden. And we'd like to just take a quick break and see how you can find the great wine list if you're getting a bit eager to find them after this. And if we bring up the page with a few screenshots, it's a bit small, but you get the drift. To the left, it's from the PM Vendor page with Star Wine list. For every restaurant and wine bar we recommend, we have what we call an info page with a description, what kind of wine program is it, photos, information about the sommeliers and everything. And here you can also click on the wine list, and in the middle it's a small view as well, but that is the PM Vendor wine list. The first part of it, because of course it's between 4,000 and 5,000 references. And I guess with Ruben being Spanish, it's only fitting that it's the sherries that come first. But since we also have so many wine lists now updated in Star Wine List, you can also search for a favorite wine and see where it's listed. So to the right, you see a search we did for Jaboulet. So if you're looking for that La Chapelle or another wine that you like, you can find that in 20 countries. And that's, you see hits from Shanghai to Umeå there. So try it out both on the app and the website, and it's free, of course. All right, so back to the categories. And the next one is a competitive one. Again, it's Italy. The best Italian wine list in Sweden 2020 in partnership with Mandrarossa from Sicily. And the wine finalists are Djuret, Grand Hotel, Granen, La Strega, Oaxen, and PM and Venner. And I hope we have a live connection from Sicily with Roberta Urso, Communications Director of Mandrarossa, joining us live. Welcome to the show, Roberta. Let's get you unmuted first. So 1 second, because we don't hear you. So 1 second, unmute.
Okay.
There we go.
Hi, good afternoon from Sicily. We are so proud to be partner of the Star Wine List for the second time, and I'm so proud to be here to represent all my team this afternoon. I'm the PR manager of Mandrarossa. Mandrarossa is 100% a brand of 100% Sicilian wines. We are in the southern coast of the island of Sicily with fantastic conditions for viticulture because we have a mild climate, sea breezes, 5 different kind of exposures, slopes, and 5 different kind of soils as well. So these conditions permitted to produce high quality wines, and Swedish market is one of the most important for us. Anyway, I visited the website of these 6 finalists, and I had a look to their fantastic wine list with the best, one of the best Italian wines. So, finger crossed, and make the best wine list of Italian restaurant or Italian wines.
Thank you so much, Roberta. And I can really recommend, when you can go back to traveling, to contact Roberta and go to the southwest of Sicily, away from the tourism spots. And it's beautiful, peaceful, and some great wine and food to be had as well. So we'll get to guide to that part of Sicily hopefully soon again.
Today is so sunny, it's fantastic. This is the perfect time to visit us.
Yeah, don't talk about that now. The weather is terrible in Stockholm. Thank you. So before we announce the winner, Arvid Rosengren, do you remember, and co-host, this is usually a very competitive category. Was it a tough one to call?
Very much so. There, like I've said this a few times now, but there are plenty of restaurants that are sort of just outside of the finalists, and even within the finalist field, it was very, very tight, very tight. What is cool about this field is that I think we've seen a great evolution of these lists too, both in terms of getting and sourcing, you know, true verticals of some of these rarity wines, you know, going back decades, but also sort of a proliferation of looking at outside of the really, really classic areas and finding some of the new and not even new, but sort of up and coming and less known wines, and championing that cause too, which is great.
Thank you, Arvid. And it's time to announce the winner for the best Italian wine list in partnership with Mandrarossa, and the gold star goes to Djuret in Stockholm. So we'd like to invite Daniel Crespi and David Svensson into this show. While we connect them for Djuret, let's just go first to jury member and current world sommelier champion Marc Almert. What do you think about the winner in category here, Marc?
This was probably one of the toughest categories because there were amazing wine lists from many entries. What really stuck out to me is my home country, Germany, usually focuses a little bit more on Tuscany, but in Sweden, I see, like you like Burgundy, you seem to like Piedmont a lot. There were amazing collections from Piedmont, followed by Tuscany. And what really made the difference to the finalists, and especially the winner to me, was to show not only the red wines, but also the white wines, and also white wines with maturity. Because I think that's something people often forget about Italy. It's not only a great red wine country, but also makes some interesting whites. And really to go south, to go in all the regions and see what are the styles, what are some new producers, what are some grapes that are not too well known yet. And that was something I found absolutely fascinating, and have to say also at a very fair price. So it's really a category with a great value for the guests coming to the restaurant to discover. So congratulations to all finalists, but especially to the winner.
All right, we're getting David and Daniel online. As you can see, David at least. We'll see if Daniel gets the screen on as well. Yeah, there we have. And is the sound on for both of you? Congratulations.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, David.
Hey. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Grazie, Daniel.
Congratulations. So you're practicing the distancing between you guys as well today.
Think about the rules, of course.
Right, good. Daniel, who's this restaurant manager of Djuret and the group of restaurants there, and David Svensson, who's the head sommelier. Daniel, how much does this category mean for you?
Since I'm half Italian, it's the most important category, I would say. Yeah.
And David, how important is the Italian part in the wine list when you're working there?
It's super important. I think a lot of Swedish people really enjoys and love the Italian wines, so it's important.
Okay, you had some tough competition from friends with this one, so now you have the bragging rights for a while until the next competition. And congratulations, and thank you everyone in this category and for joining us from Sicily, Roberta, as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now we're going south, even from Sicily to the short wine list category. before we go even more south. And this is a category that we started to highlight wine list with fewer than 250 references. And the finalists are Babette, Boromage, Café Nissa, Combo Vinbaren, Ät Hem, and Restaurang Hasselbo, all in Stockholm. And before we announce the winner, Arvid Rosengren, I'd like to bring you in again. I know that in your previous job, at least, you were really well known for having a top short wine list. Is it an art to produce a short wine list?
I think so, and I think in the future we may have to sort of sub-categorize even more, because 250 wines is not that few even. But in my opinion, it's in many ways harder when you put these sort of constraints on yourself, whether that's for storage capacity or finance, or just because you want to build a shorter wine list. It's really hard to create and especially to maintain an interesting short wine list. It means you're selling and buying constantly. It's not just about buying and putting away. You have to all the time look for great wine. So it's a really active and it's a really hard thing to do. So yeah, being able to create something manageable that where every wine listed is delicious and worthy of attention is extremely commendable.
Right. Thank you, Arvid. So it's time to announce the winner of this category, the best short wine list for 2020 in Sweden. The winner is Ät Hem in Stockholm. Ät Hem. And we'll get sommelier Niklas Ödman online. But first, I'd like to bring back our jury member, Rasmus Marquart. What do you think about the wine list, Rasmus?
I think Arvid really covers it up very well right now, because to do the big wine list is more simple. To do these small wine lists is really a tough one. And I think Ät Hem really covers what we all want to do, is to find the best vintage, the best wines, the best vineyards of certain producer, and not just take everything. So I think a big applause to do that, because it, as Arvid also says, it takes a lot of time, a lot of work to find those wines and have them listed. And what they also do is they bring in old vintages as a new listing. So it's really beautiful wine list of a small character.
All right. We have Niklas. Let's get you unmuted there. Get the microphone going on Niklas Ödman, who's the sommelier at Ät Hem. Congratulations, Niklas.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy. Very happy. It's an honor to win this category.
And I can see you booked yourself a nice room there at Ät Hem Hotel as well already.
Yes, room number 3 is very beautiful, and I can recommend it if you come here and drink wine. No, but seriously, it's to have a short wine list. It's really hard, because you really need to think about the wines that you want your guests to drink or pick. It's an ongoing struggle what to have on the list.
Yeah, is there a reason why you keep the wine list short, Niklas? Is this because you want to keep winning this category?
Maybe. No. For me, it's a challenge to have as short as possible and only have wines that for me that I want to drink myself. So to have too big a wine list, it gets it's hard as a guest or customer to pick and choose. It's much easier to have a short list, and if you find something you like, you can pick that one. That's good
philosophy. Thank you so much, Niklas. Congratulations again.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you for running in this category. And now we're moving south to beautiful South Africa, and the best South African wine list, which is in partnership with Nederburg. And the finalists are Jaboulet, Dorsia, Grand Hotel in Stockholm, Grand Hotel in Lund, Törnströms Kök, and Tyge and Cecil. And for this segment, we have head winemaker of Nederburg, Neil Grunewald, and European chief Jörgen Andersson will join us. Welcome to the show. Jürgen is listed as Jürgen in that one, I think. We have
Hi,
a lot
guys.
of people joining us. So hi Neil. We'll see if we can get Jürgen on the line as well. There we go. We'll see if that's the right Jürgen. I think we have about 22 people joining us from all over the world in this show. So sometimes we need a few seconds to get you online, guys. All right, let's see if we can get Jürgen on the video and unmuted as well. There we go.
There you go.
All right. So thank you very much, Neil and Jürgen, for joining us and for being part of this category.
Thank you very much from our side and from South Africa. It's a great honor for us, especially myself being a winemaker at Nederburg, to be associated with the Star Wine List. It's the second time around, and Nederburg being the largest exporter of premium wine, and Sweden always being extremely important in our makeup and countries that we visit and promote our wines. It's just the right thing to do to actually be able to sponsor a great prize. And I'm very excited about the prize. I mean, Nederburg loves showing South Africa. We don't just do it for ourselves, it's also for the category. So we just found that it's appropriate to actually bring the winner to South Africa. That's the best way to explain what South Africa is, our food and our wine culture, just how we do things. And I'll be especially spending 2 days with the winner and just driving around and showing them places that other people don't see. And we've got some great matured wines and vertical tastings and stuff that we'll do. So we're in for a lot of fun, and we look forward to it. And congratulations to all the finalists.
Thank you so much, Neil. And that's going to be quite a prize for the winner here to go to South Africa. I'll make sure to join you as well. Can't wait to go back. Jürgen Andersson, who's the European chief for Nederburg here. And anything to add from your South African office in Uppsala?
Thank you, Christer. No, I think Neil covered the main points here. I'm really glad that we met 3 years ago, Christer, to give us this opportunity to showcase the quality and diversity of South African wines. So as from me as well, as Neil said, congratulations to the finalists, and I'm looking forward to hear the winner.
Yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, we've had a few tastings and just back vintages from your winery is something that we enjoy a lot in the market. So thank you so much for being part of this. Before we announce the winner, Arvid Rosengren, I'd like to bring you back. Of course, our partner, co-host, and jury member. What do you see as a trend is there a trend for South African wines, you think?
Absolutely, both in the sort of Swedish context and in a global context. I think it's such an interesting, dynamic place where they have a plethora of like fantastic, great old vineyards. And yeah, I think what we're seeing, or what we're going to be seeing over the next decades, is just how diverse and how many different styles of wines there can really be. If we go back in time, we tend to think of it as sort of a monolithic thing, but now it's really, there's so many great wines coming from all over the place.
Thank you so much, Arvid. It's time to announce the winner for this category, and the gold star goes to Dorsia in Gothenburg. Hotel and restaurant Dorsia in Gothenburg with a
Congratulations. Wonderful.
Massive cellar to be visited when you go to Gothenburg. We're going to get restaurant manager Lisa Hagman on the call, but while we wait to get you on the call, let's bring in our jury member, Master Sommelier Pascaline Lepeltier as well. What do you think about the category and the winner here, Pascaline?
Yeah, I think the fact that South Africa is a trove of incredible gem and exceptional wine country is undeniable today. And I think what we saw here with Dorsia is a commitment to showcase that. It's something to be an amazing wine country, but you still need to have some sommelier on the ground to really put you on the market and put you on the hand of the consumer. And Dorsia has been doing that for a long time, and I think it's admirable to have been taking that path and to be a visionary for that country. So it was a category maybe where we saw the less amount of wine per area, per region. So I think there's a lot of things still to be done there, and we can see that happening. You see, you have vertical with major players, and you start to see them kind of encircled by more up and coming new area, new grape, new style, and it's there is a bright future, I think, for South Africa, and especially when you have like carrier like Dorsia. So congrats also to all the finalists, because they are taking this vision and making it possible for guests to enjoy. So congrats to everybody on the finalist place.
Thank you so much, Pascaline. And I see we have Lisa Hogman on the call and hopefully on the sound as well. Congratulations, Lisa.
Oh, thank you. Is the sound on?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, thank you very much. We're very happy, and I think the owner will be very happy as well for this prize, considering this dark situation we're all facing at the moment.
Yeah, and of course the owner is Thomas Petersen, who's a wine lover extraordinaire. He's been building that cellar in Dorsia and Gothenburg, which you should check out if you're a wine lover. And when you're going to Gothenburg again, it's also a beautiful hotel.
Yes, we'll really recommend it.
Well, thank you so much, and congratulations, Lisa. And there's a South African trip coming up when we can travel again. So thank you so much, and say hi to the team, and we will bring the diploma when we can go to Gothenburg next time. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. I'm getting thirsty. So cheers, everybody on the call. Amazing finalists and winners. And I think, Arvid, it's your turn to mention the next part.
Yeah, I know we have a lot of people watching on Facebook Live right now, and this is the chance, if you are watching, to win a night out with a Star Wine List listed restaurant or bar anywhere in the world, worth 2,000 Swedish kroner. That's roughly $200 at the moment for reference if you're not in Sweden. The question that we want answered, and you should know this by heart, of course, but if not, you can probably look it up, is which cities does Star Wine List cover in the USA? So to claim a ticket in this prize, you need to share this live stream on Facebook and then send an answer to info@starwinelist.com in an email. And of course, it'd be great if your name matches up Facebook and email. So yeah, go for it.
We'll pick one happy winner this week and announce it on our Instagram on Friday, I think. So make sure to follow the Instagram Star Wine List, the Facebook you're already on, and download the app, sign up to the newsletter and everything, and tell your friends about it. Of course, the times are not as they used to be, so it's kind of hard to travel, but we hope we can give you some good tips in the cities where you live for great wine bars and restaurants, and to dream about going to new places when things open up again. We're trying to keep this a corona-free hour, and look forward to better times, and really look forward to getting back together with you again. We have one category left, and it's the Grand Prix, and the prize for the best wine list overall in Sweden. And let's go through the finalists. They are a few names you've heard before today. It's Djuret, Ett Hem, Grand Hotel, Oaxen, P. M. Vänner, and AG. And Arvid Rosengren, again, co-host and jury member. How difficult was this category this year?
It's almost it makes me nervous and a little bit anxious. It's really getting tougher and tougher, and I really have to assure everyone and congratulate all the finalists. The wine list that you have created and sort of curate are truly world class, truly world class. This was a super tight race as always. Unfortunately, we can only claim one winner, and I think it's a really worthy one, but all of the finalists are worthy of high praise. Really, truly incredible job.
All right, thank you. So let's have a look at the final diploma with the gold star this year of the 2020 Star Wines of the Year for Sweden.
Drum roll.
And drum roll. And the winner is not from Växjö for once. It is Jaboulet in Stockholm that wins the gold star for the best wine list overall Grand Prix. Congratulations, Jaboulet. And we'll get back David Svensson and Daniel Crespi. If you haven't gone partying for the Italian category already. And I'd like to bring back also all of the jury to the call and perhaps ask Marc, we didn't prepare you for this, but if you're still on the call, the microphone. What do you think about the category and the winner here, Marc?
This was a really tough category because we had, like you said, 100 amazing wine lists, and there was quite a bit of discussion who would make it to the finalists, and then amongst the finalists, who would win it. And I think something we saw across all categories, although the Grand Prix didn't only look at those, but at the wine list in general, was kudos to David and Daniel for this wine list, which shows a lovely breadth and depth of so many different styles, regions, producers at a good value, and is really something where you always, I probably would take the kitchen mad because they would have to keep my starter while I'm still choosing my wine, because it's really difficult to do. So I hope we can meet in person soon. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, let's go through before we get the guys in here. Let's hear more from the jury. Pascaline, a few words about the winner in their last category here.
Yeah, no, it's building such a wine program is absolutely incredible. The amount of investment, the money that it requires, and also the dedication to sell. And I think what I was very struck by after looking at this wine list now for a couple of years is how you guys have been making this wine list alive. And you can see there is a rotation of stocks, and you can see that it's really a wine list to be drunk, and there is probably a part that is kept to be aged. But I was very impressed by how it was an alive wine list, because sometimes you have massive things and it's, they just don't move. And this is an art also to be able to build up and to make it dynamic. So that was very impressive on my side. And it's not everybody can say that. So congrats on that part.
Thank you so much, Pascaline. Let's hear from Paz Levinson, jury member as well, joining us from Paris. Your microphone went to mute, but if we can unmute you there. Yeah, so Paz, just a final word
always
about this.
Always a very toughest category, and but great discussions from all of us that we have to see and judge and all these amazing programs. So, and as Pascaline said, this is not about a wine list that is stuck in one style, and you can find many styles also to suit different clients. So also the diversity is amazing and very well done. So congratulations, and congratulations to all the finalists.
Thank you so much, Paz. And last jury comment from Rasmus Lunkov, Marquart in Denmark right now about the final category and the winner here.
It's definitely it's a tough one because we're looking at so many labels, so many producers, so many wineries and wines, and it's incredible list you have there. And as we talked about, first of all, sorry, my daughter's very excited that you won, so you might hear some screaming from her. But it's a really large, beautiful list, and it's well deserved. Of course, a tough category as mentioned before, but the movement that you're doing is incredible.
Thank you so much. Thank you all the jury, and I can see that Daniel is starting to pop the bubbles as we speak. So cheers, everybody! Thank you so much, and congratulations, David and Daniel. Daniel, how do you feel?
Thank you so much.
Great.
How much are you going to celebrate this this win today?
It's going to be some champagne at least.
There it goes.
Yeah, we start
Fantastic. Now. Good.
Thank you very much.
I trust. And yeah.
It feels as if we are in Växjö.
It feels like you're in Växjö. It's
yes.
The grand.
This is the bigger not hairy face of Ruben.
Exactly. You've morphed. Congratulations, guys. I know you'll be celebrating this win, and this was a tough category. All of them were tough, but this could have been a split win, but it went to the old town in Europe. And yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. And it's time to say thank you to all the everybody who's been joining us today. We've been, I think, 22 people coming in live from several countries, and thank you so much to the viewers, the partners, all the sommeliers and owners who have been working and keep fighting to move forward. Support your local restaurants, go out, drink wine, and thank you so much to our incredible jury who've had a tough job going through all these wine lists. You've done an incredible job, and thank you very much for all helping out with that. It's an honor to have you on board. And to Arvid Rosengren, especially, who's our co-host and partner and really anchoring this. Arvid, final words from you.
Yeah, thanks everyone for participating. Thanks everyone for watching. Like Christer said, you know, we can't do this everywhere. Of course, stay safe and be careful and think about other people around you. But when you can, again, support your local restaurant, support your restaurateurs, support, if you can't do that right now, support hospitality workers and so forth, so we can be there on the other side for you when this storm passes. And that's it. Now let's just raise a glass together and say cheers and goodbye, and we'll see you all again soon, hopefully. Cheers.
Cheers. We will meet again. And don't forget to, of course, download the Star Wine app if you haven't done it already. Sign up to the newsletters, etc., etc. Cheers. Goodbye. Stay safe and drink wine. Thank you so much.